Okay, after doing some looking and deliberating and thinking, sometimes thinking can be dangerous. I'm going to change up how I had these done. They're just spade connectors into the clips for the fans. I'm going to actually put different kind of connectors on them. This hose right here seems to be a problem. In the beginning, it was close to the alternator anyway. And it's not, I got a 1/2 inch between the belt and there. But the thing is, with the wastegate right here, it was close. There wasn't enough slack to pull it. So right there, I've got a billet 90, -16 billet 90 for the feed line coming from the radiator. Okay. So what, because there's no way I could bend a hose that short. And yeah, I left the black tape on it after I cut the hose, so what? I'm going to put another one right there. That way I can take this hose, focus, put this hose right like that. That'll push it over here against the core support and gets it completely away from the wastegate. That's the only other issue I had. Doing these and the hood, I'm just going to buy a cow hood, a flat one, not a cow, but a flat one, fiberglass hood, and if I have to cut it around all this so the shit can stick through, so be it. I don't care. Here's where all of the conglomerated mess for the oil feeds are. Now I have an oil pressure port at the front and back of the block. I have a gauge on both ends. Yeah, it's probably overkill. But I like to read oil pressure at the front of the crank and at the back of the block. So what I'm going to do is take this line loose. I've got another cooler, not my big extra radiator cooler, which stops about right here in the grill. Yeah, that's the little extra radiator. It's a intercooler radiator is what it is. But right there is a 30-row transmission cooler, plate and fin cooler. I'm going to scoot it all the way to this side. I'm going to get another cooler. I don't think it'll be I think the other one I have is either 19 or 25 row. But I've got another one just like it, smaller. And I think I'm going to put it right here. And it's already made with -6 inlet and outlet, which I can cut it down to -4 with an adapter. Come out of the block into the cooler, out of the cooler to feed oil to turbos, and that way it can cool the oil a little bit coming out of the block. I know I keep adding weight to it, but the way I look at it is like this. All the weight I lost going with aluminum heads. Some of the internals are lighter. The radiator's a lot lighter, even with this one. These two weigh less than that great big monster I had in there, and they cool better. The bumper being aluminum. It's chrome plated, but it's aluminum. All that weight that I lost by the time I put the turbos on, which these turbos here, what they say they weigh, I think 38 pounds a piece. I still had these on the exhaust, so that's no extra weight there. Look for the filters. They're a lot lighter than GT45s, I know that. Okay, then all this other stuff. Looking like maybe that might have been pulling that loose, but I guess not. Anyway, all this other stuff, I'm the same weight as I was with iron heads, and the truck wasn't nose heavy then. Okay, headers are smaller, so I probably lost a pound or so there. But I gained weight with the cage, I gained weight with other stuff, and I really don't care about the weight. I really don't. Like I said, it's not a dedicated race truck. It's just my toy. That's the best way to describe it. My toy, my hot rod, whatever. But when we put everything together, I still put the head gaskets in it for boost. The rings were gapped for boost. That's why I said they should have been safe for nitrous when we were going to do that. Now the compression ratio was a little high. I disclosed that. I made a mistake on CC size of the dome on the pistons, and my compression ratio was a little high. Okay. I thought I was somewhere around 12.6, 12.8 to 1. But after sitting down and actually doing the math and talking to them at SRP/JE, I'm closer to about, he said 11.6, 11.8 to 1, which even if I was, I know guys running 13 to 1 motors and then boosting them on methanol. I've run methanol. I know what that entails. I know all the ups and downs, the ins and outs of that. But if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. Don't really want to, but we'll see. I got to back the crank up a little bit, so I can get it back on number 1. But you know, it is what it is. We had to move the distribution block forward, but everything's going to clear. The only thing that might be a pain in the ass might be this oil line, which I can zip tie it up to the brace. There's the brace. I got a piece of heater hose. I don't know why I put that on there, but what these are basically are the outer bumper supports for this bumper. And I cut them and basically fashioned them into supports for the turbo. I just cut this right here down, trimmed the edge off. It bolts through the flange right there on that side. There's the other one right down there. Bolts through the back of the flange on that one. This one goes down to where one of the fuel pump bolts were. I got a stud in the block with a nut on it. This one goes down to a bolt right below the front exhaust port. And you can literally shake the whole damn truck by them. They're not going anywhere. Also take some of the tension off everything being supported on there. I've got 3 nuts on each header that I have to use an end wrench on. Well, I changed them from hex nuts to ARP 12-point nuts. I can slip a boxed in wrench over the end of the stud. I can get in there and crank them down super tight. If for some forsaken reason I can't get these to seal up with them spacers in there, I'm going to spend the $338 and go to Eddie Marine or Eddie Motorsports. They got a set of valve covers that's cut right here, right across this corner. They'll still clear stud girdles, rockers, and all that. You can get them in black, aluminum, red, blue, purple, anodized, whatever. Put them on it, get rid of the spacers, scoot the header in where it should be, one gasket, and be done. The only thing is, that's going to scoot me in 3/4 of an inch right here, which is going to put me right on top of the alternator, and that's going to be a problem. So if we have to do that, we may end up having to rotate the turbos, turn them clear up like the Hoonigan Mustang and stick them out of the hood or something. Or like those Australian guys did on that Chevelle on drag week. Yeah. Because at this point, nothing's going to stop me. I don't care. I'm going to get this done this time. We're going to get it done. One way or another. And as you notice, exhaust housings are silver. That's because they've been... We're going to see how well that works, having ceramic coating on them. I didn't do this part because it was just going to be too much to try to have that done. So, with the bearings and stuff in there, so that part's just going to rust. Ain't nothing I can do about it. But those, you could actually tape them off, coat them, bake them, and we'll see how it does. It's some rattle can ceramic coat stuff. I had to put them in the oven at, what was it, 400 for an hour, then take them out, let them cool, then turn around and bake them again at 600, which the old oven that I used would only go to 550, so we'll see. But it's supposed to be some kind of ceramic coating for your exhaust in a can. I mean, I've used VHT before, and it's like a crapshoot. It's 50-50, you know, staying on. I use the same stuff on those adapters right there. So, and don't knock my welds, because, yeah, I MIG welded stainless. And they're solid. I welded them inside and out. But now it's just a matter of waiting to get more parts. Most expensive elbow you ever buy. $70 a piece for them little bastards, and I'm not even going to use them. Like I said, I'm going to try these. They've got tile springs, and I put tile diaphragms in them because when I bought them, one of the diaphragms looked like it might have been pinched when I took it apart to change the spring. So I just went and bought 2 tile MVR diaphragms and put inside these. And right now they have a tile, I think it's a 4.35 spring in them. It's not a, I mean, you can push it down with your thumb. It's not a stiff spring. I only plan on running 10, maybe 12 pounds of boost to it anyway. So, but everything should hold up. You know, Callie's crank, Callie's forged chromoly H-beam rods, got JE forged pistons in it. And it's some kind of fucking hybrid piston between a 4340 and a 2816, so all I know is the pistons were right at about $1,000 for 8 of them. The only thing that's left over is the MSD Pro billet distributor. That's it from the old motor. Nothing else is reused. 2 Spal 11-inch puller paddle fans. I got the ones that move the most air. And they are noisy as hell. They're loud. But on a 100-degree day, with that extra radiator out there running like I've got it set up, this thing, it takes it a while to get up to 180, and it don't go over 180. I don't care how hard I pound on it. 2 bonsai laps around the big block, and it's still 180. So, and then I drilled and tapped this back here and put a stainless 10 AM bulkhead fitting in it. And then it's got 2 Allen set screws in the nut that you tighten down so it can't back off on the inside so I can vent. I got to redo the hose. I know it sticks all up in the air like a hyena's ass, but I'll redo it. I just got to shorten it. But, yep. So I got crankcase ventilation there, and I got 1 in each valve cover. So, but that's run to that can. These are run down here to this can. We'll see. Like I said, this is all new to me. All new to me. Turbos. Using some of what I know from superchargers. Watching a lot of videos. Reading a lot of stuff in forums. A lot of articles. I do it every night. Read. And learned a lot from watching Street Race Channel. Billy and his dad. I've learned quite a bit from them. So, we'll just see how things go. I had a wide that was 3 to 2.5. 2.5 is too small. These are 3-inch. So I got another one that's 3-inch to 3-inch. I think it's the one I ordered. I might have ordered one that was 4-inch to 3-inch. I can't remember. Anyway, ordered it from CX Racing. Because all we're going to do is come out of here, come right over into the Y, boom, done. I'm probably going to end up putting the blow-off valves right here. I'll probably take whole saw this, put them on there, weld it, do some more of my fine work like I did down here. That didn't leak, so that shouldn't leak. And that was like my second or third attempt at welding aluminum. So, I've done a lot of shit on trailers, material trailers, with spool gun and shit like that, but not so much as like TIG style. But got some heat wraps to cover this up. I'm gonna cut those off because they look gaudy sticking out there like that. Get me some exhaust pipe, build my exhaust. I've got the 4-inch V bands. I think what I'm gonna do is just buy a 45 and another 45 elbow and cut them down right out the fender. Put my 4.5 or whatever it is tip back on it, or a different tip or something. I don't know. Wastegate pipes, I'll probably just run them underneath all the way back and dump them into the exhaust. May run them down and out the front, behind the front bumper or something. I don't know. Truck's getting a difference. It's gonna get some fiberglass fenders put on it. I already know they're my Christmas present from the wife, one of them. So, but I just wanted to get out here and share some more of this with you. I might have to get in there. That hose looks, that bend might be finally trying to kink. I might have to get in there and fix that. I can't get my hand. Nope, it's not kinked. So, but yeah, shoehorn fit. Shoehorn fit. That's for damn sure. But it can be done. It can be done. Pretty ain't always the best thing, and I've kind of give up on a lot of the pretty. Did have the intake coated. So, but it's getting there. Right now, it's just waiting on stuff, parts and shit I've ordered to get here. And then we can start moving forward. I'll fire it up the first time without any charge pipes hooked up to it. Make sure everything's good. We ain't got no leaks. And probably pop the valve covers back off. Make sure we ain't got no head studs so it's seeping again. And then go from there. But they shouldn't seep with that Ultra Gray on them. Anyway, I'm going to go in. Everybody, stay safe. Stay away from the COVID. Don't watch the news because it's just disheartening. And God bless everyone. Talk to you later.